Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching. So today's book was recommended in the AP Lit teachers group I belong to, and the teacher claimed, and there were other people who also claimed it was a wonderful book, and it is a wonderful book. But the teacher who claimed that her students really, really loved it and couldn't get enough, I'm calling shenanigans. I really am. This book is so layered and so deep. Uh, I don't. I believe you enjoyed it. I don't believe your students enjoyed it. But anyway, let's get to the the story. The book is called The Book of Longing, and it's by Sue Monk Kidd. And the premise is the main character Anna is the wife of Jesus. Yes, that Jesus, the ones Christians call Lord and Savior. And what I really enjoyed about this book is that it was historically accurate, and she talked about making sure that it was historically accurate. And the fact that, this Jesus is really cool. And I think a lot of Christians who claim to be Christians really need to look at this Jesus. It did show how he was ostracized. Um, he the the rituals that he would have to go through, and Anna, his wife, as a Jewish man during that time when the Romans were occupying. The fact that she brought the Romans into it, and if you are a Christian, especially a Catholic, you'll see the Palm Sunday. Um, liturgy of his crucifixion, and it's just word for word, and it's just beautiful, and you feel it. But it was the Romans crucified Jesus. That's all I'm going to say. So I really appreciated the fact that she took the time to describe the architecture and the lack of women's rights. So Anna, even though her father worked for one of the leaders, mayor, if you will, I'm looking for the name, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Even though her dad worked for him, uh, her marriage to an old man was prearranged, and what happened if you didn't marry the old guy, and all the rituals for that, which was difficult to read. But again, what happened when real life happened? I mean, they talk about a fever taking out the population, which happened. You didn't have antibiotics, you didn't have Tylenol. So, this virus that went around killing people, it was a scary thing. Mary, the mom of Jesus, she seems pretty cool as well. James and Simon and their wives, not so much. But again, that was history. Scholars who have studied the Old Testament and the Gospels, which talk about Jesus, excuse me, they do have historical documents to back this up. So I did find it very interesting as a historical piece. It made me sad. One of her friends, one of her best friends, who is also betrothed to an old man, dares to claim that she was assaulted. Her tongue is cut out because she dared to say something that was true about a man and what he attempted to do to her. So you just take a look at the history and the fact that Jesus was the calm in the storm, and they don't call them their disciples, it's the followers. And I appreciate the love she gave John. Nowadays he's known as the Baptist, but back then he was John the Immerser, and how he was a martyr. And just, if you've really studied the history surrounding the Bible, and the Bible takes many shapes and forms, many editions. So again, you have to say, what Bible are you? Are you doing the King James Bible, which was made out of political propaganda? The Holy Roman Catholic Bible, that was, the church is the center of everything. So again, I just like the fact that in this book, she stuck to the history. Do I think teenage kids would enjoy it? No. No, even if you're a history buff, I don't think this is the book for you. But if you're an adult and you really like history, especially if you're like, oh, I don't know enough about Jesus, this is the book for you. So I did enjoy it. I would not teach it to my AP class because it's just so historically involved. So my lights are going off, so that's a cue that it's time for me to end this video. So like, share, or subscribe.